see, this was the question given to us. Design a gearbox for a 6 output speed with following specification. The output speed is 160 rpm. That is minimum output speed was given to you, and standard value of geometric progression was given to you. That means you have to find all the speed steps, like different six values of speed using geometric progression, and the motor speed is was given to us was 1440 rpm. So just to explain you, in the beginning I drew a gearbox, a line diagram of a gearbox. Later, in the last step, we will draw a exact gearing diagram and a layout of the gearbox. So we started with what was given to us: minimum speed, motor speed, and then number of output speed, that is Z. Then the geometric progression standard value was given as phi. Then we have to use that and get the value of the geometric progression ratio, and that comes out to be 1.5848. We have to use up to 4 decimal to get exact answer of the speed which we have calculated. So moving on, we have started with the design. The step number 1 was calculation of speed steps using geometric progression. So basically we use this ratio which was given, and we got different 6 speeds from the minimum to maximum. Then we moved on to the next step, that was step number 2. In step number 2, we started with the calculation of number of stages and number of shafts. So for number of stages and number of shafts, we have to write a structural formula. So this was that we have to write the given number of output speed in a multiple of 2 or 3, and the elements present in this multiplication will be your number of stages. Sorry. So there are 2 elements, element number 1, element number 2. So your number of stages are 2. If suppose it would have been 12 output speed, so it will be 2 into 2 into 3. So there are 3 elements. So your number of stages would have been 3, but now it is 6. So 2 into 3, 2 elements, 2 stages, and number of shaft will be n plus 1. That is number of stages plus 1. So number of shafts are 3. Moving on, step number 3, you have to calculate number of gear pairs using structural diagram or ray diagram. Then using this formula, that is 6 is equal to 2 into 3, we have to form different structural formula. Based on that, we have formed different structural formulas. Yes. So the structural formula basically is depending upon the multiplying factor, that is 2 into 3. So if there are 2 elements, you have to write that equation 2 times. So 2 times we have wrote that, and then changing the orientation of the element, that is 2 and 3 was there. So write 3 into 2, change the position of the element, and since there are again 2 elements in that position, we have written it 2 times. So this way, then you have to check for whether these 2 number of gears will be in stage 1 or stage 2. So for that, we have written 2 into 1. This 2 into 1 multiplied will be written on the next element. And ultimately, wherever you are finishing your element, that should give you the output number of speeds, that is 6. So this is giving 6. So once we wrote 1 year, then we will write 1 year. As we cannot move further, we will move backward to the very first initial point. Now there are only 2 elements, so if we move backward, this will appear. If we move forward, this will appear. So that doesn't make any sense. But if we have a 2L, then we will see how to move backward and forward. So 3 into 1, we have to write on the front side, there is nothing, so we will write it backward, and here you got 6. Similarly, 3 into 1 is 3. So 2 into 3 is 6. 2 into 1 is 2. We will write 2 here, and 3 into 2 is 6. So this way we form 4 structural formula. Based on this structural formula, you have to make structural diagrams, and that we made for all the structural formula. These are the diagrams. Structural formula number 1 diagram, structure number 2, 3, 4. These are the diagrams. I have explained you how to make it. And then we check the feasibility. It is having a formula 5 raised to m should be less than 8. 5 is your geometric progression value, and m value you have to calculate from the diagram. M is the maximum difference between two rays from a point. कोई एक point consider करो, उससे जो दो रेस पास हो रही है, एक्सट्रीम रेज, उनके बीच का डिफरेंस निकालना है. तो यहाँ पर m1 है, यहाँ पर अगर आप देखोगे तो एक्सट्रीम रे आपकी ये और ये है, तो इनका डिफरेंस 4 है. तो 5:m करके लेस देन 8 है तो फिजिबल. If it is less than 8, then feasible. If it is not less than 8, then not feasible. This feasibility study is to be done after drawing the structural diagram, and after the feasibility study, you have to go for optimum structural diagram. You have to find out which one is your optimum structural diagram. So structural diagram A, B, C, D, based on the position of your shaft, where it is. Like if you see the diagram, again, if you go to this diagram A, where is the position of your shaft at number 4? So we wrote 4 over here. Where is the position of point at shaft 2? 4. You have to see the lowest position. The lowest position or the highest position. See 1 to 6 it is. So you have to see the highest position. 4, 4, 6. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. 4, 6, 6. So this way this table is completed. And based on that, you add everything, and whichever addition is having minimum value, that will be your optimum diagram. So the first one comes out to be your optimum structural diagram. After this coming out to be your structural diagram, you have to draw optimum structural diagram so that we can proceed further with this structural diagram and go for the next step, which we will do today. So this was all about what we did in the previous lecture. For today, we are moving on with the last step of this question, that is step number 4. And your last step says you have to calculate number of teeth on each gear. Number of teeth on each gear. And so you have to calculate number of teeth on each gear, and then finally you have to draw the gearing diagram and draw gearing diagram. This you have to do, you have to draw the gearing diagram only when it is asked to be drawn, right? And also calculate number of teeth on each gear is to be done when it is asked to be calculated. So please see carefully what all we need to do. In this, you have to first draw the layout. You have to first draw the layout of gearbox. Layout of gearbox is to be drawn so as to first check how many gears are there in the gearbox. Once we are able to identify how many gears are there in the gearbox, then we can go into the detail of that gear, and then we can calculate number of teeth in the gearbox, right? So basically first finding how many number of gears are there in the diagram, right? So we will draw one basic layout. As we know, as we all know, that there are 3 shafts. There are 3 shafts, right? So shaft number 1, shaft number 2, shaft number 3. This is the body of the gearbox. You can say frame of the gearbox. So this is your shaft number 1, shaft number 2, shaft number 3. Between shaft 1 and shaft 2, there will be your stage 1. This is your stage 1. Between shaft 2 and 3, there will be your stage 2. From here, there will be output. This output will go to certain application. That application for now is not known to us. That is not given. And this is your input speed. That will go to the motor through some means or directly to the motor. In our case, this shaft is connected to a belt drive, and then it is connected to a motor so as to reduce the input speed for the gearbox. So this is all about the layout shaft number 1, shaft number 2, shaft number 3. This is shaft number 1, this is shaft number 2, shaft number 3, stage 1, stage 2, output, input. Right? Now we have to decide how many gears to be placed in stage 1, how many gears to be placed in stage 2. Right? Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, things are very clear. Okay. So we have seen this as our structural diagram, which is the optimum one, right? That is 2, 1, 3, 2. Are, is this correct? This was the optimum one. 2, 1,
Yes.
and 3, 2. Yeah, this is the optimum one. So in from this equation or from this structural formula, what we can do now is the element which is written outside the brackets are your number of gear pairs. These are your number of gear pairs in stage 1 and stage 2. So basically 2, 1, 3, 2, what it indicates, this indicate number of gear pairs, I am saying, not gears. This and this indicate number of gear pairs, and this indicate it is in stage 1. This indicate it is in stage 1, and this indicate this is in stage 2. Getting the point? So in stage 1 there will be two pair of gear. So in stage 1 there will be two pair of gear, input gear, output gear. I am just drawing the line diagram. The complete diagram of a gearbox will be drawn where we will see gearing diagram, just a line diagram. So one input, one output, input gear, output gear, right? Then there are two pairs. I have drawn only one. Again I will draw at a certain distance, just a line diagram. Again I am repeating, this is just a line diagram. Second input, second output. At any interval of time, any one of the gear pair will be in mesh with each other. दोनों एक साथ मैशिंग में नहीं हो सकते हैं. दोनों की इनपुट स्पीड तो सेम होंगी पर आउटपुट स्पीड अलग अलग होंगी, तो दोनों एक टाइम पे मैश नहीं हो सकते हैं. या तो आपका फर्स्ट गियर पेयर मैश में होगा या तो आपका सेकंड गियर पेयर मैश में होगा, दोनों में से कोई एक. देन मूविंग ऑन स्टेज 2, देयर आर 3 गियर पेयर्स. So we'll draw 3 different lines. This is third input, this is fourth input, this is fifth input. Third output, fourth output, fifth output. So this is basically nothing but the layout of your gearbox. What we got from this? इससे हमको क्या पता चला? From this we came to know that there are total how many gears? Total how many gears are there? Anyone? Yeah, that means there are 5 gear pairs. There are total
10.
5 gear pairs. That means there are total 10 gears. So we have to calculate number of teeth for all these 10 gears. सारे 10 गियर के लिए हमको नंबर ऑफ टीथ फाइंड करना है. सो देयरफॉर आई हैव नेम देम डिफरेंटली. वन इनपुट में कितने गियर नंबर ऑफ टीथ है, वन आउटपुट में कितने नंबर ऑफ टीथ है, ये इसीलिए नंबरिंग भी दे दिए हैं ताकि ये हमको आगे जाके कंफ्यूजन ना हो. Getting the point? So there are 10 gears. Do anyone have any doubt how that 10 gears appear in the layout? Anyone? Okay, I think all are clear. Now we'll move on to the next sub step, that is number of teeth. Now in this step we will calculate number of teeth on each gear. or you can just write number of teeth. So before moving on, we will just write the symbols we will use for number of teeth and speed. Symbols, number of teeth and speed for all gears. Just see, for, you can say they are, first gear, number of teeth will be Z1I and speed will be N1I. This should be made clear so that once we move ahead, there should be no problem identifying the symbols. So for one output, number of teeth will be Z10 N10. For second output, third output, fourth output, fifth output. Same way we will proceed. Z2I, Z2O, Z2O, sorry, this will be N. This is N. Right. Same way we will complete. Z3I, N3I, Z3O, N3O, Z4I, N4I. Okay, so these are the nomenclature that we will follow. Now see carefully what we are going to do. All this much is clear. Now see what we are going to do in the next step. We will decide for which stage we are going to solve. So let us go for first stage. For stage 1, we'll write formulas for stage 1. Right. So there are two gear pairs in stage 1, that is 2, 1, 3, 2. There are two gear pairs in stage 1. So I will write one formula that says center distance between the two gear pair will be equal. Right. Center distance between the two gear pairs will be equal. That is Z1 input plus Z1 output will be equal to Z2 input plus Z2 output. This is the formula for center distance between the two gears remaining equal. Right. शाफ्ट की जो लोकेशन है ना, शाफ्ट 1 और शाफ्ट 2 की बीच का जो डिस्टेंस है, ये उसका फॉर्मूला है. ठीक है, तो आप ब्रैकेट में लिख सकते हो सेंटर डिस्टेंस बिटवीन शाफ्ट 1 एंड शाफ्ट 2 इज कांस्टेंट. ये वहां से आया है. सेंटर डिस्टेंस बिटवीन shaft 1 and shaft 2 is constant. This basically is one formula that is derived way back in term 2. You have derived this formula, right? Z is equal to MD and all that. So now if you want to use this formula, you have to make use of some another equation. So we will name it as equation number 1. If you want to use this formula, you have to find one more relation, because one equation and 4 unknowns, so it is not possible. So some way we will write one more equation and then we will assume few things and then solve these two equations, right? So if you can see, there is one more formula, relation between number of teeth and speed, that is Z1 input upon Z1 output will be equal to, you can just tell me what is the relation, N1 input or N1 output. Please complete this relation. Number of teeth on input side upon output side will be equal to speed.
N1 O upon
What
N1
is that?
I.
N output upon N input. Am I right? Am I
Yes.
right? Right.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, for the second one, it will be same way. N2 output upon N1 input. So again, there are two relations I have. I can use these two relations and derive some relation between these two point and then substitute and get the answer. So I have drawn one optimum diagram for this, right? I have drawn one optimum diagram for this. In that optimum diagram, I think we have this speeds, and if we can get that speed from that optimum diagram, then it is easy for us to substitute things and get the thing done. So what I will do is, you basically don't write anything now. पहले आप देख लो. I will give time for you to write. Now see from where to calculate the speeds. So I will write input speed. There are two input speed and two output speed. Just see later you can write. I will give you time to write. There are two input speed and two output speed. One input is Z1, Z1 input, Z2 input, right? And N1 output, N2 output, right? Same way, N1 input speed. We are talking about speed now. Therefore, N1 input, N1 output, N2 input, N2 output. See from where we will get these values. See, going back to your optimum speed diagram. This was your optimum speed diagram. We are talking about stage 1 now. We are talking about stage 1 now, right? So if you can see, this is your input speed. This is your input speed. Either it be shaft gear number 1 और gear number 2. एक shaft पर एक ही input speed हो सकती है. So at shaft 1 there is only one speed which we can see, and the value of that speed is 402, right? The value of that speed is 402. So this is 402 rpm. This is also 402 rpm. Getting the point from where I have got the speed, you have to look into your optimum ray diagram or structural diagram. See the point of input. There is only one point of input. So on the shaft 1, the input speed will remain same. Basically आपका concept भी यही है कि एक shaft पर एक ही speed होती है. ठीक है, एक input होंगी तो सामने वाले shaft पर एक output आएंगी. इसीलिए what I said when we were drawing the layout, एक टाइम पर एक ही गियर पैर मैश में होगा आपका. आया अभी समझ में? Then you have to see there are two output, right? एक आउटपुट यहाँ है, एक आउटपुट यहाँ है. किसी एक को 1 अज्यूम कर लो, किसी एक को 2 अज्यूम कर लो. Let this be 1 output, this be 2 output. अज्यूम कर सकते हो ना आप? ये 1 आउटपुट है, ये 2 आउटपुट है. Not a big deal. So this is your one output, that is 637 rpm. This is your second output, that is still same, 402 rpm, right? So all are clear about how we have got the input speed and the output speed. आया समझ में सबको? This is your one input remains same, output will vary, right? So can we move on now?
Yes.
Okay. So now basically we have got the values of input, output. We will form equations. We will find relation between Z1 input and Z1 output. Use that relation in equation number 1, and then we will solve that equation number 1. Right? So if we go on, we substitute these values in here. Z1 input will be equal to some variable into Z1 output. So now you take 2 minutes. Now you take 2 minutes and complete this. Now you take 2 minutes and complete this. I want the value between Z1 input, Z1 output, Z2 input, Z2 output. Take 2 minutes and complete. Why strength is less today?
सर आज आपका लेक्चर नहीं रहता है ना?
अच्छा, तो ऐसा लेक्चर वाइज डिसाइड करते हैं क्या आना है या नहीं आना है? चलो ठीक है, जाने दो. Anyways, have you got the relation between one input and one output?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please tell me.
1.58 times Z1 output.
1.58. Okay. What about Z2?
1 times 1 आएगा सर आंसर. 1 Z2 output.
1. Okay. Can you move on?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now we will substitute the values of these two input, that is equal to this, in equation number 1. Substituting Z1 input and Z2 input from 2 and 3 in equation 1. Okay. So Z1 is 1.58, Z1 output plus Z1 output is equal to 1 times Z output plus 1 times Z output. So your new equation is 2.58 times Z1 output is equal to 2 times Z2 output. Correct? This is the final equation. Right? All are clear about this?
Yes, sir.
Clear hai aap? Now see, still by solving different equations, still we have reached to one equation where there are two unknowns. Can anyone tell me now what we can do? अभी भी हम लोग दो अननोन्स पे आके अटक गए हैं. अभी क्या करेंगे आगे? कोई बोल सकता है क्या आगे? Can anyone tell me what we can do now? Okay, fine. We will assume minimum number of teeth on any one pair of gear. We will assume minimum number of teeth on any one pair of gear. That minimum number is having a range of 18 to 20. It is having a range of 18 to 20. Right? Now we need to decide for which one we will select this minimum number of teeth. किसके लिए हम लोग minimum number of teeth लेंगे? ध्यान से सुनना भी. Whichever element or whichever teeth is having a higher multiplication factor, for that you have to assume minimum number of teeth. Whichever element is having a higher multiplication factor, right, will be given minimum number of teeth. So out of these two, which one is having a higher multiplication factor? किसके पास
वन
highest multiplication factor है? So Z1O is having higher multiplication factor. So let us assume Z1O as 18 or 19, 20, whatever you want. Z1O 18 है, तो Z2O कितना होगा बताइए, और फिर Z1I और Z2I कैलकुलेट कीजिए 2 और 3 से. एक को आपको अज्यूम करना पड़ेगा, rest of the thing you can use different equation and calculate. Use equation 4 first, then use 3, then use 2. All answers will be there after using the equation. Yeah, what are the answers you are getting?
$23.22 Z2O.
So that we have to round off and keep here. 23 point. Okay, 23, no problem. Move on.
28.44.
This one.
Yes, ZI
28.
input. Z1 input.
Z1 input. Z1I. 28. What
Then
next?
23. 23.
23. Okay. Fine. After getting the answer, you have to just check whether your equation number 1 is satisfied or not. Equation number 1 satisfy हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है, वो आपको चेक करना है एक बार. So adding 1O and 1I, how much? 46. 202I 46, right? 18 plus 28 must be equal to 23 plus 23. It is done. So that means your answer is validated. It is correct.
सर
Do anyone have any doubt till now? Yes.
सर अभी यहाँ पर कैसा, जैसे डेसिमल में आ रहा था तो अपन ने लोअर वैल्यू ले लिए टीथ का. अब मैं 23 या 24 भी लिख सकता था, तो फिर मेरा इक्वेशन 1 वैलिडेट नहीं होता था.
नहीं, इसीलिए तो फिर ये चेक करना है ना. अगर आप यहाँ पे 24 लिख रहे हो तो आगे के जो तुम्हारे ये आंसर्स है वो उस पर डिपेंड करेंगे. जैसे ये 2 की वैल्यू आप यहाँ पे लिख रहे हो तो 2i भी उतना ही आएगा. फिर 24, 2i अगर 24 आया तो उसका और एक रिलेशन होगा ना, यहाँ वाला, ये वाला. तो 20 उसके हिसाब से फिर चेंज हो जाता था. ये 24, ये 24, ये भी चेंज हो जाता था फिर. तो इसीलिए तो वैलिडेट करना है. अगर वैलिडेट होने के बाद ये दोनों इक्वल नहीं हो रहे हैं तो यहाँ पे चेंजेस करना है आपको. वही जो आप बोल रहे हो ना, वही चेंज करने पड़ेंगे यहाँ पे. हायर और लोअर के लिए चेक करना है.
अच्छा ठीक है सर.
Okay, so the same way you have to proceed for stage 2. For stage 2 you have to proceed. For stage 2 there are 3 gear pairs. तो सेम वे में आपको एक इक्वेशन बनाना है, फिर उसके सब इक्वेशंस बनाने हैं, एक स्पीड का टेबल बनाना है आपको, इनपुट वैल्यूज देकर रिलेशन में उसको सब्स्टिट्यूट करके किसी चीज को अज्यूम करके बाकी सारी चीजें कैलकुलेट करनी है. आया समझ में? सो नाउ यू टेल मी व्हाट विल बी द इक्वेशन फॉर स्टेज 2. कोई बताइए व्हाट विल बी द इक्वेशन
Z3I plus Z3O.
Okay, Z3I plus Z3O will be
Equal to Z4I plus Z4O.
Okay. और
equal to
anything
Z
else?
phi I plus Z phi O.
Yes. Since there are three pairs, see I have written three gear pairs. यहाँ पर तीन आ जाएंगे, यहाँ पर दो gear pair थे इसलिए दो ही आ गए आपके. तो चार gear के values number of teeth हमको मिल चुके हैं, अभी 6 के निकालना है हमको. Total we have 10. So this is your equation number 1 now. For stage 2 we are talking. ये हो गया, इसके सारे equations हो गए हमारे यूज करके. अब equation number 1 इसको लिख दिए हमने. Similarly we will write equation for between number of teeth and speed. Number of teeth and speed. So that says Z3 input upon Z3 output will be equal to N3 output upon N3 input. ये एक है. So this is all about equation. ये तो directly we can write based on the knowledge what we have gained. But now again you want input speed and output speed, right? तो वो टेबल आपको आपके ऑप्टिमम डायग्राम से फिर से निकालना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. इनपुट स्पीड, output speed. So there are three input, three output. Getting it? Z3 input, Z4 input, Z5 input, Z3 output, Z4 output, Z5 output. Now I have one question for you all. What do you think the input will change or input for all the three will remain same? क्या सोच है आपकी?
कौन सा गेयर पर मैं
बताइए.
डिपेंड करता है ना सर.
एक स्टेटमेंट था, एक शाफ्ट पर एक ही स्पीड हो सकती है, तो उसके हिसाब से अगर आपका कोई भी गियर पैर मैश हो, मेरा क्वेश्चन क्या है, ये तीनों स्पीड सेम होंगी या तीनों स्पीड अलग होंगी? वैल्यू क्या होंगी
सर
वो
दो
नहीं पूछा
सेम
मैंने.
होगी और एक अलग होगी.
अच्छा, दो सेम होंगी एक अलग होंगी. ओके. अब्दुल्ला तुमको समझा क्या बोला मैं?
सर आप यही पूछ रहे हो ना कि ये शाफ्ट पे स्पीड अलग अलग आएगी या एक ही जैसी आएगी?
इनपुट स्पीड, हाँ इनपुट स्पीड की बात कर रहा हूँ.
सर इनपुट स्पीड से इधर दो आएंगे क्योंकि अपने ऊपर दो गेयर पैर है ना.
हाँ हाँ.
तो जो
That is same at a single interval of time. What do you feel? The input will be same or at a different?
at same instant it would be for a shaft 2 it would be same. मतलब अगर एक ही टाइम पे देखोगे तो एक टाइम पे तो एक ही स्पीड से घूमेगी.
Yes, proper. See now, I will prove that from your optimum structural diagram. See, this is your shaft number 2. आपका जो मानना है ना कि आपके डायग्राम में दो स्पीड है, डायग्राम मतलब अगर आपके गियर पैर भी देखोगे तो दो गियर पैर है, that is 100% correct. But then I said in the beginning, at a single instant of time, only one gear pair will be in contact, right? If you think so, मतलब अगर 1 0 और 1 I अगर गियर पेयर मेश में है तो बाकी का जो दूसरा है ना, that is not in mesh, so it won't produce any output. जैसे कि ये और ये मेश में है तो ये आपका इनपुट होगा, अगर ये और ये मेश में है तो ये आपका इनपुट होगा. So for this situation, what you have to take is only one as the input, any one as the input. ठीक है. आप ये इनपुट लेके सॉल्व करो या ये इनपुट लेके सॉल्व करो, फाइनली जो आपके नंबर ऑफ टीथ्स आएंगे ना वो सेम होंगे, आप किसी से भी सॉल्व करो. So at one instant of time, these three values of input will be only a single value, and or you can say that as it will be same. So either you take this as the input or this as the input, it doesn't make any difference for our calculation. So either you take this as the input or this as the input. Few of you can take this as the input, few of you can take this as the input. Your output will change, and based on that, your number of teeth will remain same. Approximately it will remain same. आया समझ में? आपको किसी एक को इनपुट लेना है, अगर इसको इनपुट लेते हो तो ये आपका आउटपुट है, ये आपका आउटपुट है, ये आपका आउटपुट है. ठीक है, इसको इनपुट लेते हो तो ये आउटपुट है, ये आउटपुट है, ये आउटपुट है. बस ये वैल्यू चेंज हो जाएंगी, रेशियो चेंज नहीं होगा ना, उसका रेशियो अप्रोक्सीमेटली सेम ही रहेगा. तो आपके जो नंबर ऑफ टीथ आएंगे वो भी अप्रोक्सीमेटली सेम ही रहेंगे. ठीक है. सो लेट अस टेक एनी वन एज द इनपुट. कोई एक को आप इनपुट ले लो. कौन सा लेना है बोलिए, 3 या 4?
3.
ओके, चलो 3 ले लेते हैं. 637, 637, 637, 637. Only a single input as input. This is your input. तो ये आपका एक आउटपुट होगा, ये एक आउटपुट होगा और ये एक आउटपुट होगा. So let this be your third, fourth, fifth. That doesn't matter. Anyone you can take. So this point is your 3 input, 4 input, 5 input. ठीक है, 3 input, 4 input, 5 input. So this point will be your 3 output. This point will be 4 output. This point will be 5 output. So the 3 output value is 1600. 4 output value is 637. And the 5th output value is 254. ठीक है? Getting it? You take this as the input, this as the output, no problem. You will get the final answer same as what we are doing for now. Any one you can take as the input. Right? Getting the point? Okay. Now I want just complete this table. I want the answer for the relations between input and output. Get me that answer. ये आंसर्स बताइए मुझे. This will be 1. I want this 2. Then we will substitute 2, 3, 4 in equation number 1. And then
I equal to 2.51.
2.51. This is 1.
और हाँ, and next is 0.40.
0.40. Now substitute values from 2, 3 and 4 in equation 1. Substitute करिए. So you'll get some value of Z3, Z4, Z5. I think ये 2 हो जाएगा आपका. ये दोनों फाइंड कीजिए. 1.4, 3.5. Please check if this is what you are getting.
Yes, sir.
Now based on right, all are done till here. All are done. Okay. So based on the previous input that I gave you, that for the highest one, you take the lowest value, right? Therefore, assume calculate the rest of the teeth. Yes, please calculate. I have assumed 18. I want 4050314151. Then we will validate and then go for gearing diagram.
Z4032.
32.
$46.
6. Then use 2, 3, 4 equation to get these values.
$45.
45. I think this should come 32 again.
हाँ सेम ही रहा और ये क्या 0.4 into 46 18
Now, if you can cross verify,
Z50 45.
Z50
हाँ
5 ओ कितना आना
45
चाहिए वो
45
45 आएगा.
कुछ चेंजेस करने पड़ेंगे. ये दोनों को ऐड करोगे तो आप 32 को ऐड करोगे तो कितना होता है 64. 1845 को ऐड करेंगे तो कितना होगा 64 होगा. तो 45 करना है या 46 करना है आप डिसाइड कीजिए फिर.
46 करना पड़ेगा.
हाँ, तो वही बोलो ना.
Z3I को 46
करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. गो फॉर मिनिमम चेंजेस के लिए जाना है. एक वैल्यू चेंज किया मैंने, बाकी सब सही हो गया ना. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट हाउ यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट नंबर ऑफ टीथ ऑन ऑल गियर्स. 4 gears we have calculated in stage 1. Rest of the 6 gears we have calculated in stage 2. Now we will go for gearing diagram. Till then you just go through this step. If any doubt you can ask. Yeah, anyone have any doubt? Okay, so finally we will go for the final step, that is your gearing diagram. So see carefully how we will make the gearing diagram. See, few people make a big blunder of mistake in this gearing diagram. I again repeat the same thing, that at a single point of time there will be only one pair of gear in mesh. Okay, so this is your point number 3, that is your gearing diagram. Again we will draw some similar line diagram only, right? But it will be a detailed diagram of a gearbox, right? So somewhat in a very good manner you have to draw the gearing diagram. So this is a gearbox, right? This is your shaft number 1. This is your shaft number 2. This is your shaft number 3. This will go to certain application. Right? This will go to a certain application, and this shaft will be connected to a belt drive. So this is that drive. This is the belt. ये पुली के ऊपर माउंटेड है, ये आपका शाफ्ट है, और यहाँ पर एक और पुली होंगी छोटी सी, which is connected to a motor. Right? So this motor is mounted at one place. The shaft from the motor is going to the pulley, and that pulley through a belt is connected to another pulley, and that pulley shaft is connected to shaft number 1. That is giving the input to the shaft number 1. Are you getting that?
Yes.
Right? So just to make you aware, these are pulleys. थोड़ा उसको बढ़ा देंगे साइड से. ये pulleys है, ये बेल्ट से पुली के ऊपर हम लोग माउंट किए हैं. ये शाफ्ट है. ठीक है. नाउ लाइन डायग्राम में हमने ऐसे 2 लाइन और 3 लाइन बनाकर यहाँ पर कंक्लूड कर दिए थे. नाउ इन दिस डायग्राम यू हैव टू ड्रॉ गियर्स. तो साइजेस आपको पता है ना, साइजेस आप उधर से देख लो. बेस्ड ऑन दैट यू हैव टू डिसाइड स्मॉलर, बिगर. ठीक है. सो इफ यू कैन चेक, input shaft over here is a bigger entity, and here it is a smaller entity, right? And then connected to this there is one output. वो थोड़ा दोनों सेम साइज के हैं, बट एक को दूर बनाना है. Right? We will use some shifting mechanism. If we use one shifting mechanism and shift this, these two will come in contact. These two will come in contact. आया समझ में? तो दूर दूर बनाना है आपको. You have to draw it slightly ahead. So this way, if we shift, this gear and this gear will come in contact, and the contact between gear pair number 1 will be disturbed by sliding or synchro mesh gearbox. Sliding mesh means we will slide the gears to make them into machine. Getting the point? उसको machine में लाने के लिए हम लोग उसको slide करेंगे. आया समझ में? ठीक है. किसी को कुछ डाउट है इसके बारे में? Do anyone have any doubt why this is happening? Right? So these are 2 gear pairs. You can name them. You can name them if you want. This is 1I, this is 1O, this is 2I, this is 2O. See, at one interval of time, only one gear pair is in mesh. ठीक है. Same way, आपको यहाँ पर बनाना है 3I, 4I, 5I, and so on. 3I, 4I, 5I. So 3I is a bigger entity. Then 4 is an equal entity, and 5 is a slightly smaller entity. See, एक शाफ्ट पर गियर को दूर दूर रखना है, दूसरे शाफ्ट पर गियर को नजदीक नजदीक रखना है. टू एंड फ्रो उसको मूव करेंगे तो वो मैच हो जाएंगे. ठीक है. सो दिस इज ए स्मॉलर एंटिटी, दिस वन इज इन मैश, and again this one will be a bigger entity. तो अगर आगे पीछे मूव करे तो ये कांटेक्ट में आ जाएगा आपका, ये डिसकांटेक्ट हो जाएगा. पीछे मूव करे तो ये कांटेक्ट में आ जाएगा. सो दिस कैन मूव इन बोथ द डायरेक्शन. So this shaft and this shaft will move. This shaft will move for synchro mesh in forward direction. This shaft will move in backward and forward direction. Any one means you can use. This is 3 input, this is 4 input, this is 5 input. 3 output, 4 output, 5 output. Right? So this is your stage 1, stage 2. Getting the point? Things are clear? Things are clear? Or do you have any doubt?